Hello, this is Layla Preston from 365daysofnoscreens.com, and today, following the success of our very first Sintra video, which was a very basic 1 week review of Sintra AI, an amazing, very innovative platform where 12 AI employees run your business, create your business, manage your productivity and your life for you 24/7, no sick days, no holidays. It's absolutely amazing. And if you want a very basic overview of Sintra AI, please click on the corner of the screen now and you should be able to get access to the original video. And the bottom below in the description box below, at the time of this recording, VIP 70 still works, the code. So that's a whopping 70% off Sintra. And that's both individual and Sintra X, which is all 12 employees. And if that doesn't work, try VIP 60, which is 60% off. But at the time of recording, 70% off still works. So I would absolutely recommend that you do that now. It's 365daysofnoscreens.com/Sintra, and that will take you to the buying page. And then you go to redeem your code and then put the VIP 70 code into the box and then apply, and it should automatically apply. So give you a very, very basic overview because the original video sort of goes through everything. But Sintra AI is a platform where you can generate, the more you plug into it, the smarter it becomes, the more honed it becomes. It learns your tone, it learns your business, learns what you need, and it generates ideas. So these 12 AI employees all have very special roles in your business. And each of these, which we will go through, I'm going to go through Buddy today in this video, but all the other videos, we will deep dive into each of these AI employees, but they will all have special roles. Works a little bit like ChatGPT. You type in what you need and one of these AI helpers will pick it up. And every day you should get 10 new questions being asked. This is the brain space. So this is the brain AI of your business. What you do is create your profile, and you answer the onboarding questions. At the very beginning, the onboarding questions are quite full on, but then every single day you'll get honed in, more refined questions and other particular questions that come on the back of the questions that you answered in the onboarding. And it will be, each of these employees will ask certain questions for you just to get a bit of an idea of what you mean for certain things. So let's go with Buddy today. And very brief overview of Buddy. Buddy is the guy for all about business development. So he's instantly got to work and developed a targeted micro-influencer outreach search strategy for hand to hold. That probably doesn't mean anything to you, but to me what that means is they found a way to target influencers, parenting influencers, actually ironically me, so they'll be looking for me, to reach 10,000 users in the first year, because one of our strategies was to reach 10,000 users in the first year, 10,000 registered users to use our app, which is connecting prenatal and postnatal women in the UK to physical and mental health services in their area. So this is the strategy that they've come up with. He's come up with identifying the micro-influencer profiles, creating personalized outreach templates and communication framework, collaboration proposals, tracking and success metrics, and then it will go through what our targets are and how we can focus on those targets. So follower range, we want to get to 5,000 to 50,000 followers. Our primary demographics is UK-based parents or expecting parents or parenting experts, because we're also marketing towards B2B, which is service providers. We want them to add their physical and mental health services into our map, our localized map. So we will also be targeting experts in that industry. And then content focus would be pregnancy, early parenthood, mental health or healthcare, which is amazing. And we want to go for a minimum of 3% engagement rate. And Buddy's also advised that we focus on Instagram and TikTok as our primary channels, which is great because that's what we've decided we want to focus on. So that works really well for us. So he's also come up with 2 templates that we could choose. So this template is something that you can plug in to your email, and send them out to all the different influencers. And then this one will be to the partners, so mental health and physical health service providers. We want to target their affiliate program because we want to get commission based on their service. So if a user clicks through to the service via our website, then we will get an affiliate commission. So it's all about diversifying our revenue. So based on the handheld monetization strategy and budget constraints, this is what he's come up with. 3 partnership tiers. So basic partnership will have 1 to 2 dedicated posts, story series, unique referral code, compensation, amazing, premium partnership. Bearing in mind, we've been doing a grant application. We've plugged in a lot of information around subscription-based models. So freemium models, premium models, both for B2C and B2B. So he's already loaded that up in his brain AI, where we've inputted our previous grant application and with all the information on all our models. He's pulled that out of that grant application and put it into his answer. So this is not being plucked out of the air. He's actually gone through all our previous onboarding questions and pulled out what we've said before, put it together in a strategy, which is what I find absolutely amazing about this platform, is that it's so intuitive that even if you plug in so much information to the website, it will pull out the right kind of information and put it into a strategy that you can actually use. And I am not by any means a numbers person or an engagement person or a metrics person. However, I've got Buddy who can help me with a strategy that is primarily based on numbers, which is great. So now that we've gone through the influencer strategy and we said, yes, this is absolutely great, what we can do is we can save it to our Google Drive. At the time of this recording, it only does save onto the main Google Drive. I have sent a suggestion to Sintra to ask if it's possible to save it to certain folders in the drive. But at this time, it will just save you to the main folder. And so you'll have to manually go into Google Drive and put it into the folder of your choice. So now we've gone through it, we want to say, yes, we like this, let's go through the next stage. So the next stage is, would you like me to focus on any particular aspect of the strategy or adjust any elements to better align with your current priorities? So I want him to now talk about how we're going to target these profile analysis. So he's saying we want to focus on prenatal, postnatal parents. Okay, so can you please focus on how you will get the initial influencers, please? Let's be nice. How will you target them? So let's question that one. Let's see what they say. There we go. So securing the right influencers is crucial for building momentum. So here's how he's going to do it. So he's going to research the influencers in their niches, reach out to them and leverage existing networks. So this is great. And then we can just say, would you like to explore? So you can keep going, keep refining. And then eventually what will happen is you will get to a stage where you'll have something, a particular strategy that you can actually put forward and create a system around. You can copy this and send it to an email, or you can even ask Buddy, please can you email me this strategy to layla@motherdiaries.com. And he will go ahead and email this strategy to me, which is great. So you don't have to save it to the Google Drive. You can actually save it to your emails, which is what I prefer because I use my emails. I've categorized them to pending and respond. And so I can forward this email to whatever folder that it needs to be under. Okay, so now you can see that it has sent me a draft email, which will be sent to my main email address, and it will be sent from my Gmail address because I've connected it, which I'll show you in a moment how to do. I've connected it via my gmail.com address. So if I just approve that, it will now be sent to my from my Gmail account to my email address, which is great. And then it will pop up on my email address. So As you can see, Buddy's all about strategies. So he's designed a strategy to help me integrate into the NHS. We want our hand-to-hold app to be integrated naturally into the NHS app, digital app, or when pregnant people get their maternity notes, that they will naturally be, our app will be inside there. We want that to be a 3 to 5 year plan. So he's done that for me. He's also created a virtual doula integration strategy. So what this means is that we can include virtual doula services into our app. So if there's anyone, any of the service providers that offer doula services, we can partner with them, and a strategy that will help us connect more freely with the users. So connect the virtual services to the users. Creating a comprehensive healthcare provider verification system, that's another thing that Buddy's done for us. This is, again, another strategy, another process. I don't know if any of you guys know about the E-Myth Revisited book. I massively recommend that you read that book. I will put a link in the description box below. But the E-Myth Revisited, the whole mantra about E-Myth Revisited is that you create systems and processes that you can hand to your employees, who can then run that system or that process for you, so that you can step yourself away from the business and grow the business until you eventually exit. So this is what Buddy does. He creates all these little systems, and these systems can then be handed over to the right employee, whether that's a physical employee or a virtual employee. So now, finally, we're just going to go through the power-ups, and I'm going to go through a few of them to show you the power of Buddy. So let's say you have an idea. You don't know how to implement it. You don't know what you're looking for. You just have an idea, basically. So let's click on Business Idea Generator. And if you want to, feel free to comment in the box below any business ideas you have, and I can plug them into the Business Idea Generator for you if you like. And give me a like in the video as well if this is something that you're interested in me doing more of as well. So I have an idea of whether you want me to carry on doing these kind of videos. So let's think of a business idea. I'm just going to go with something very basic. So a goal. I want to connect prenatal and postnatal women in the UK to physical and mental health services in their area. Okay, and we can give them custom instructions, things like please stick to UK demographic only, for example, and then we'll just click on generate, and then it's going to come up with some ideas. Let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. So the first idea is a local health service finder with AI-driven recommendations. Well, this is exactly what our app is, actually. We're developing an app, uses AI to match users. Oh, actually, that's slightly different, but also very interesting. So what we're doing at the moment is we're asking service providers to add their businesses to our service directory. We're also using Google services to automatically match relevant services at the moment to our website, which you're more than welcome to look at if you're interested in seeing what we're doing at the moment. Is hand2holdapp.com. That's hand2holdapp.com. We're currently going through a big revamp of our brand, our website, hopefully development next year. And it's also come up with some community support groups. We can create VR-based support. We know that VR is the future. So he's come up with some very cutting-edge ideas. So we've come up with some telehealth workshops. So this is something that we're implementing right now, or we plan to do so in the future. We've also considered wearable apps, which is, obviously wearable technology like our watch. We want to integrate ourselves into there in the future. And I love this idea about a subscription-based mental wellness program. That sounds amazing. We've considered we want to do something very much based on mental health, because I think that's quite underrated in the health industry at the moment. A lot of impact is on physical health, which is great. However, mental health, I think, is equally as important. So these ideas are fantastic. So what you can do now is you can ask Buddy to either improve these ideas, you can edit them. So we click on edit. You can edit these ideas if you want to. I'm not going to. Or you can copy it and save it onto Word or an email or whatever. So love these ideas. These are great. Let's go back to, let's say we want to go with the first one, local health service finder, which is actually what our business is anyway. Power-ups. So now we've come up with some business ideas. That's great. Let's create a brand around that business idea. So we'll go to the brand generator. Now, think of some core values that we want this brand to have. I've already done this. So as you can see, I've already done the same thing. I wanted the brand to be connecting prenatal postpartum in the UK, like blah, blah, blah. I want this brand to be warm, friendly, modern, non-judgmental, inclusive. I put inclusive in there as well. You can put custom instructions, which I didn't. But then it's come up with some great brand names: Mamalink, NurtureNet. I did a Google search and some of these are taken. There was one that wasn't taken. It's come up with some brand names and their vision statements, which is great. This is a really good starting place for when you're doing your business plan and you're trying to figure out what your core values are. A vision statement is really, really important, because that's what you want to go back to every time you do something related to your business or your brand. You want to be honing into those core values. Those core values should be at the very core of what you do in your business. So other power-ups. Let's see. So now you've created a brand name, you've created some brand ideas, and now you want to figure out who your target audience is. So let's click on our target audience. Okay, I've already done this again. So you type in your product description, any additional details. So like UK, pregnant women, postnatal women, I want to create an app, blah, blah, blah. This is what you put on there, and any other custom instructions. And then you click on generate. And this is what it's come up with, which is amazing, in my opinion. This is very targeted. It's very individualized. You want your customer profile to be as refined and as specific as possible. And people say that you want to actually have ideal customer in your mind, what they look like, what they wear, their hair, their age, everything. You have to try and be as niche as possible. And so this buddy has come up with this really great. So we've created an idea, we've generated a brand, we found our target audience. Now we want to analyze the competition. We want to know what's out there. Who is out there that is doing the same thing as us? Okay, so I've done this again. It's come up with a really good brand. This brand is based in Singapore. It's doing exactly the same thing as what we're doing, but their service is in Singapore, and they do sort of a slightly different way of accessing their information. But this is pretty much our main competitor. And so what it does is it finds all the innovative features that they're doing, what their presence is in the market, any marketing strategies that they're using that's working really well for them, and what services they offer, their pricing models. All right, so it's access its strengths and weaknesses, so we can focus on these weaknesses and try and make it better for us. What are they missing? So here I've mentioned before, it's pretty much the area. They're geographically based in Singapore, which is probably not any relevant to us at all. So we can probably adapt their business model and implement it into the UK market. And now we need a product. So we want to create a product that we can leverage to our customers. So this is the next stage. I haven't got this far yet. So let's say, what do we want to? So it gives you a little bit more example here, like increase market share boost. So we want to generate revenue within the app, for example. Let's just say that and see what happens. Okay, as you can see here, I've been quite generic with my launch goals. But because we've saved a lot of information into Buddy's brain, the brain AI, it's already picked up that this is to do with hand to hold our app, which is amazing. I think this is great. This is one of the key things that I love about Sintra is that it's very, very intuitive. So this is the strategic product launch plan for handheld. So we want to utilize social media, of course, other healthcare forums, parenting blogs, and then start leveraging partnerships with NHS and other healthcare providers, which will boost our credibility in the market. And what I love about this part of the launch is that it gives you a creation timeline. So it gives you some times where you should be focusing on certain areas of your business. So pre-launch would obviously be finalizing the features, partnership initiation, and any content creation. And then we start marketing 3 months before launch day. And then what we can do on launch day and then post-launch, we obviously need to figure out who's tuning in, analyze any feedback that comes in, and optimize features accordingly. So make it product market fit. So resource planning, it will give you a little bit of information on how to do certain things, risk evaluation and encouraging tones. So you can also refine on any one of these, click on improve and say, oh, what do you mean about this encouraging tone? Can you give me a little bit more information? So this is a really great starting place for us because it gives us some ideas on what to focus on at the beginning. So now that we've analyzed the products, we've generated a business idea, we've created a product launch timeline and how we're going to launch that product into the market, we want to do some marketing strategies to try and help us push that product to as many eyes as possible. So now we've got a hand-hold app, and this app connects prenatal and postnatal women in the UK to physical health services in their area. Okay, and then again, you've got the option to create any custom instructions. I'm going to click on generate. There we go. Here is your marketing strategy. So this is what we need to do to get to as many eyes as possible. So here we go. This is our target audience. This is who we want to target during our market strategy. This is the objective of the market strategy, where we want to position ourselves as a brand in the market, and kind of digital marketing campaigns that we can leverage while we're trying to get our app out there. So it's quite detailed. I love this. You've got events and webinars, how to access PR companies. I've got a large database which I could leverage at the moment. User engagement, metrics and evaluation, and budget allocation. So this is actually going to go on very nicely to our next step. If we were looking for investment, any kind of funding, we would allocate the budget accordingly to this area of our plan, our strategy. So we want to get more funding. So let's go and see if we can get more funding. So we want to go to, here we go, investor updates, email writer. So in this stage, we want to either find or update investors on what we've achieved so far. So let's say, for example, so at the moment we're applying for a grant for the design elements of our app. Let's say we've succeeded in getting that grant and we've successfully moved on to the next stage of developing the wireframes for the app. So we want to let the investor know where we are at that stage. Implemented user feedback to create design elements and wireframes of the app. Okay. And again, any other custom instructions you need to put it in there. So what it's done is it's just a blanket email. You can obviously refine this. Send an email to investors to say, here, this is what we've done so far. This is what our company's managed to succeed in doing. How much has it cost? So you just put in here custom instructions that it's cost us X amount of money to do this, and it's within the budget of the grant or what example. And then what our outlook looks like. So when are we implementing our app into the market? What's the next stage? And then you can schedule a meeting for a more in-depth discussion or review report or whatever you decide to do. And then you can either ask it to improve certain areas, or you can edit the email from here, and then you can copy it and paste it into your email. So this is going to come on very nicely to one of our last power-ups, which is the meeting notes generator. So once you've had your input with your investors, or you've had a meeting with your colleagues or your business partners, you can upload the audio into here. And then again, if there's any custom instructions, I don't actually have a file that I could add into there. But what you would do is you choose a file, and then it will generate the transcript of that file, and then you can put it into meeting notes. Okay, and then once you've done your investor updates, your meeting notes, your product launch, you can start creating a monthly newsletter with all of the information. You can either send it to your app, you can send it to your users, you can send it to your colleagues, you can send it to whoever you want. So let's type in handhold app. And then again, there's going to generate a nice little newsletter strategy for me. So here we go. And this can be to send to users, like I said, to investors, to whoever. You would put in here the custom instructions. Who is this going to? I just wanted to give you a general update. So this is November, month of November, for example. The objective now is to enhance user engagement. So it's now going to say, welcome to Hand to Hold, and then just give you a little bit of an information about Hand to Hold. And then it will give you some other ideas that you can follow through in the month of November, or you can go to as many as you want. You just need to put that down here. I want a year, say for example, I want to have a yearly calendar of a newsletter strategy. I want to send it to users, or I want to send it to service providers, and then it will just refine it according to your instructions. So that is all the power-ups. As you can see, that pretty much covers the entire business development side of your business. This is what we used with Hand to Hold at the very beginning when we were creating the bare bones of Hand to Hold. We used Buddy to just have an idea of what we needed at the beginning. So the newsletters, the product launch, the investor updates, all that kind of stuff is very important at the beginning. And then we organized it, reorganized it, and put it into systems and processes that we can then hand out to people who are more experts in that area. So now I just want to do a very, 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 very quick overview of the automations. Just want to tell you a little bit about what this is. So in this video, probably won't be using this, but however, on Sintra AI, you can connect your social media channels. Okay, and what will happen is any kind of post that you've scheduled or published will go in here, and you can create new posts. So this can be used for when you're generating with social media marketing. You can upload any certain images, that like brand images and things like that. You can create multiple images, and then once you continue, you can just create if you don't upload any of your images, they will AI generate images, but the AI generator is pretty good. And then it's going to create, Soshi will just create some posts around you, but this is just a very quick overview because we're not going through Soshi. We'll do a little bit more of a deep dive when we go into Soshi about what she can do. But however, I just wanted to show you that this is something that you can do at the same time you are preparing your social media strategy. So when you're going through the marketing strategy with social media, you can use Buddy to help you hone in on what you want and then create the posts for you here. So you can see the daily summarizer. So this daily summarizer is for Visi. It's just a very, very quick overview because we're not going to go through this with Visi, but this is just something that you can do that summarizes your entire process that you followed your particular day on Sintra. So I use Outlook. You can pretty much use anything, and then you just click on save. It won't come out now, but the next day you'll get a summary of what you've done so far with Buddy, and it will just give you a rundown, and then you can just follow through that, which is really great. So that's the end of this video. If there's any questions at all, please let me know. This is something we will go through with Soshi. This is what happens when you've connected your social media accounts, and you can get Soshi to automatically retrieve those comments from any of those posts, and it will come up here to review them. But yeah, just thought I'd just give you a quick overview of that one too. Anyway, so that's the end of this video. If you have any questions, please just send a comment in the box below. It'll kind of help me as well to refine the next video. If you've got like certain questions that you'd like me to answer in the next video, just pop them down there below. And again, VIP 70, the 70% code is still working at the time of this recording. So please get on that really quickly before it goes away. 365 days of noscreens.com/Sintra, and that will automatically take you to the page. It's an affiliate link, so I will get a small commission when you click through to buy at no extra cost to you. So I really appreciate your support. It just helps me keep generating these videos for you. And in the next video, we will go through Cassie. So you should be able to get a link to Cassie's video very shortly, if that's not already the case. So, and then we'll have a separate video for each of these as well. And then once I collate enough comments or questions, I'll be able to generate a video on the back of those. So thank you so much for listening. Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel so I can update you when automatically when the next video comes up. Anyway, take care and very best of luck.